What's up, everybody? How's it going? I was rigging up one of my rods. We're getting ready to go out and hit the water here in just a minute, just for like an hour or so. And I thought, you know, why not film this, what I'm getting ready to rig. There is some stuff on it, so you can find it on YouTube, but some people have a hard time making it clear on how to do stuff. So I'm going to try to do a ultra clear how to rig a double fluke. Okay, and this is double fluke is where you fish two flukes at the same time. So what you're going to need is, I usually I'll do this on a spinning setup, one of your lighter setups, because it's not going to be weighted. So you'll do a spinning setup. I tend to have about 20-pound braid for my main line. So you'll need your spinning setup, your 20-pound braid or so. You can use whatever line you feel comfortable with, but this is what I prefer. And then you're going to need some swivels. You'll need a couple of your favorite hooks, a couple flukes, some leader material. And that is all you're gonna need. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your main line. This is your braid that's coming off your rod right now. You're gonna grab you a swivel. Let me go ahead and get a couple swivels out so I got those ready. Grab a swivel, slide it down, and just leave it loose so it slides, guys. Okay, so we're gonna forget about that swivel for now, and we're gonna take the second swivel that we've got, and on one end with the braid, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna tie a Palomar knot. If you guys don't know how to tie a Palomar knot, you can refer back to my knot video, or any other knot video for that matter, on YouTube, and learn how. I suggest that you guys learn how. In my opinion, this is probably one of the strongest knots, if not the strongest knot out there. Cut off your tag end. Usually, guys, of course, you'll get it closer than that, but like I said, my clippers are attached to my kayak seat. So once you have your Palomar knot onto one end of your swivel, you're gonna go ahead and get your leader material out. This one I'm going to get about 2 foot, maybe 2 foot, something like this. I'll cut a little extra, that way I've got room to tie my knots, but you're gonna want about maybe 2 foot. You can do it however long you want, however long you feel comfortable, depending on where you're fishing. But go ahead and take your leader material and tie it onto the other end of your swivel that is tied on, not the loose swivel. We forgot about that one for now, so we're gonna go ahead and tie it on. Guys, my leader material is 20-pound fluoro. So I have a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader and a 20-pound braid main line. You don't have to use such a stout leader if you don't want to, but that's just kind of what I use all around, so that's the way it's going to be. Alright, and I will clip these tag ends a little bit closer when I get out on the boat, but for now, that's the way it's going to be. Alright, and then from there, on still the same end of your main leader. Alright guys, so the next thing I will do is I will take out my hook, and you can use 3/0, you can use 4/0. I'm actually probably going to use a 3/0. I'm going to use a 4.5 inch fluke here, so I could probably use, you know what, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use a 4/0 hook, just to be safe, just to get that positive, just so I'm that much more confident on my hookups. I tend to use bigger hooks than most people on certain things, but I just feel like, you know, the bigger the hook in certain situations, the better the hookup. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to use a 4/0 hook for a 4.5 inch fluke, and I will tie this on to the end of my leader with a Palomar knot, just like you did your swivel. Alright, and so now you have your main line swivel attached to your leader with your offset hook right down here, guys. And now you can do it different ways. I've seen people put bullet weights on this, and I've seen people do it without. Doing it without It works best in my opinion. I don't like the action of them with the bullet weights on there. So from there, I go straight to my Fluke, and I will Texas rig it, guys, just like you would Texas rig your worm. Just slide it up, get it up on there like so, and we will Texas rig this bad boy. Just like that. Alright, and that's going to be the end product of your first Fluke. Just like that. And of course you guys know how the Texas rig works. You can bury your point just kind of under the skin like that to keep it more weedless, which is what most people do. Okay, that one's done, guys. Next thing you're going to do, you're going to go back up on your main line here, and you're going to find your swivel, okay? The one that, your sliding swivel, I should say. And you're going to take and you're going to cut another leader, and this one you want to make about 6 inches shorter than the first leader. But what I do is I cut them both long, and then I go ahead and I will tie this on to the end of the swivel.
The first swivel or the second one?
You're going to tie this on to the end of your sliding swivel. The first swivel is going to be rigged all the way up. Your mainline swivel is rigged all the way up now, and it's ready to go. So this one is going to be tied on the first swivel that you put on, the one that slides freely up and down the line, and then you're going to cinch this down. When using these improved clinch knots or the cinch knot, guys, I suggest you just double and triple check your knot and make sure that you've got it cinched all the way down. Make sure before you cut your tag end off, so if you've got to slide the knot or cinch it down any further, it doesn't slip when the fish bites. Okay, after you've got your second one on, you notice this thing is still sliding up and down the main line. Alright, you got your second one on, go ahead and measure that line to where it's going to be about 6 inches short on the second one. Okay, so I think I'm going to be about good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that line, the one you just put on, and put you another hook, which this one I'll put the same thing. I'm going to use a 4/0 hook, and I will go ahead and tie this on with a Palomar. Alright, now that we've got that tied on, cut our tag ends off like always, and then we are going to go ahead and we're going to take our second Fluke, and we're going to do the same thing, guys. We're going to go ahead and we're going to Texas rig our second Fluke on this hook as well. But once you get it Texas rigged, go ahead and bury it just like that, and you effectively now have a double Fluke system, guys. And the difference in this one and some of the other ones that you'll see is these lines are not attached, okay? So you've got this one that, let me get untangled here, you've got this one that slides freely up and down your main line. So, because a lot of times whenever you fish a double system like this, you'll catch two fish at the same time. This works really good on schooling fish when they're feeding up and they're running shad and they're getting them, you know, the bass are schooling and whatnot. You'll catch two fish at the same time a lot of times with this system. And what happens is if you catch two big bass and your leaders are connected and they grab at the same time and pull different directions, they'll snap that line. And this will effectively keep all of that from happening. This way, if you get two fish and they run the separate ways, that one will just take off with that, and that line can move up and down there, and it gives you a chance to reel them in. And what this does now in the water is when you work this in the water, and what you'll do is you'll kind of cast it out and you'll work it kind of fast. You'll keep the tip of your rod twitching almost the whole time while you're reeling it in. Reel it kind of fast, pause just for a split second every once in a while to allow the baits to sink back down in the water a little bit, because they are weightless. They don't have weights, just the hooks are the only weights that it has. So they will run right across kind of the top of the surface, just under the surface. They'll make splashes, and they kind of imitate a scared bait fish. And they will dance in synchronicity too under the water. It's amazing how it looks, guys. But that's how you rig up a double shad, and that's how you fish it, guys. It will work wonders if you try it out. So go ahead and give it a try. If you guys have never used this before and you would like, go ahead and rig it up and use it, and then comment below and let me know how it worked out for you. It's a very effective technique, guys, and fish don't see this presentation very often, so you know, it's something new for them to look at. That's all I got for you on this one, guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you've got any questions about anything I used or anything like that, don't be afraid to ask. Other than that, guys, make sure you make every day count, because you never know how much time you have on this beautiful earth with this life. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the next one.